yen0m gets Galena, very strong, because you can hide your totems many different places. You've got 2 very important teleporters that you can booby trap with those totems, and you're left on Visor. And Visor is... Let me update the scores real quick. Visor on Bloodrun is also a strange pick, because there's just not that much like that you can really do with the sight, and some mobility or damage helps you out so much more than the sight. And then on the last map, Death Knight on Molten Falls, so open, so large, like your flames are gonna be useless in so many situations, so many health bubbles to get to turn them off as well, whereas Nyx is a lot of mobility on that map. So yeah, so that's like, I didn't talk about which one you should have picked instead, but just which, like, why your choices were definitely part of why you didn't do well. But anyways, that being said, people, this is it. The grand finals. It's Dooi, it's yen0m. Both players have yet to lose a single matchup. And they're going at it in the grand finals, best of 3. Whoever wins this gets 100 points in the Challengers League. Second place will get 75. We've got Ranger, we've got Galena. Both good champions for this map. Lots of things you can do with the orb. But even more so, I feel like that Galena is the slightly better choice. 2 important teleporters, especially one over at LG. And look at that! Look at that! yen0m already has 3 totems up right now in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Just by playing and using those hourglass as well. That's amazing. I've almost never seen that. And yeah, you're welcome, Johnson. But I understand why you would, like, ban slash play for map 3, I get it. But yeah. Dooi, unable to really do much. There we go, he will find 1 totem. Is he even gonna go for heavy? At this point he probably realizes that yen0m can get on it first, so he's not even gonna try. Yeah, he's just gonna back away. Smart decision. But now yen0m has a huge stack. And Dooi has to find some place, some way to get back into it, and that'll definitely help. That's 160 damage right there. He's gonna push in with the orb. Why was he looking so much to the left? I don't understand his mouse placement right there, and then so late on the orb in as well. I don't know yen0m, or I don't know Dooi. I feel like he had such a good opener right there, and then just took a lot of damage. Looked for a totem in case he would throw one. Maybe, yeah. Could be. Could very well be. Still, it cost him. Nice little bit of tribal damage. And now yen0m, despite being 1 frag in the lead, has kinda had to give up control to Dooi. But his rocket's sublime, and that last one! Dooi just barely missing him right there. Such a close rocket. Could have changed it all. And then yen0m, yep, Dooi, his LG on point, mercilessly pushes his opponent off the map. This is it, Dooi 1-1, managing to tie it back up, and he's got a pretty good cycle going right now. Unfortunately for him, the items are really close to one another, just 3 seconds in between the both, and he doesn't have his orb to cross the distance quickly. Good rockets from both players, excellent rockets from both players, incredible rockets from both players as they both drop down dead. yen0m gets the slightly better spawn, so he gets Mega. Or I mean, Dooi does. But yen0m gets heavy for his trouble, but just doesn't really have much weaponry to work with. But damn, the shoddy is strong. He realizes Dooi is low and gotta run for it. Try to chase him down. Out comes the Sass. This should be yen0m's Mega if he decides to stay on it at least. Yeah, just gonna push right through. Yours were pretty good earlier too, Disco. yen0m has no clue where Dooi is. This could be so good for Dooi. But he didn't manage to capitalize off of it. If Dooi had like be able to slow walk around the corner just beforehand, like just a little sooner and land that rocket in the back, that would have been amazing. But unfortunately for him, unable to make that happen. Both players, I mean, of course, very well aware of what's on the line right now. This is the grand finals of today's tournament. That's why we're seeing things slow down a bit. With 4 minutes on the clock, neither player wants to give up anything right now. Because they know how detrimental that could be. Very little damage being exchanged too, actually. Like, Dooi managed to steal heavy, or yen0m managed to steal heavy from Dooi. And Dooi still has had like 50 armor overstack at that point. Are we finally going to see this committed to the end? Both players similar stack. Oh, that rocket, that's gonna put Dooi in the driver's seat. yen0m has got a totem and some armor to fall back on though. Bam! There comes Dooi. The orb. Really aggressive. Oh, we're gonna want to switch to Dooi. That's to Galena if you want to wait something out. Galena is quite better. Oof, Dooi actually like pretty lucky that the way that rocket splash turned out. Dooi like getting the like yen0m just rocketed him from really close by, so he went like flying backwards a little bit, and then the LG sent him flying all the way back. But that really like could have gone entirely wrong for Dooi. That 100 damage rocket though. And some tri-bolt as well. Dooi just gonna orb right over. That's the mobility, the utility I was talking about when it comes to the orb.
Stopwatch.
2 minutes left. Also, Bao, thank you for the follow, man. Thought you were already a follower. God damn. Nice position from yen0m right there. Getting a really good read on the route that Dooi is going to take and just putting himself right in his path with LG when he jumps around the corner. But yen0m's gonna need a lot more than that. Even though he did take heavy, Dooi managed to take a fair bit of it right off with that heavy machine gun. Oh, Dooi dropped down! I really don't know if that was intentional. I feel like yen0m kinda has to push this one. And he did. Up until he realized that he couldn't win it. So he backed away. Smart decision from yen0m. And when I say that I felt like he had to push it, I meant like yen0m had a pretty decent start right there. So it was good for him to like feel it out and see how far he could go. Dooi! Rocket orb rocket combo That's more or less going to seal map 1 right there, especially with the Mega. And he's gonna get positioning on the Heavy. Nope, he's just gonna do some damage. yen0m is gonna push in. yen0m knows that if he can get the frag right now, there's still hope. But that window is rapidly closing. And it needs to happen this very second. But no, Dooi's rocket is gonna send him flying down. And that is going to seal map 1. Dooi 1-0 in the lead. Also, thank you, Not Like This, for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream. This is not BTS, this is the live version. Any new maps in the latest PTS? Nope, not yet. Rafa having to refollow for like the 2nd or 3rd time? What? Are you getting unfollowed? I see it there though. Thank you so much, Shane. Appreciate the follow, man. Dewey is coming to take Sip's place. Dewey is looking good. But we've seen a lot of really good players today. I mean, putting up quite the show. The Australians as well. Steech doing really well. Danda doing well. Dooi, yen0m. Sane almost making it in here. We've even seen like Festive Turtle. It's been kicking some ass as well. A few people that I think many were expecting to perform better, like Griffin, for example, was one of them. Gnick or G-Nick. I think those are some players that that many were expecting to be higher up in the brackets, more so than perhaps some of the Australians that we've seen. But nevertheless, some really good players so far. Twitch randomly unfollows channels for me sometimes. That's too bad, dude. But thank you for the refollow. Really appreciate it. Actually, let me update the score as we are jumping into what could very well be the final map of today. Hey, Bad Moon, this is indeed the Challengers tournament. Hey, thank you for the sub, man. The glorious hole, man. This is the map. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. So let me update real quick. Dooi 1-0 in the lead. Score has been updated. And yes, Bad Moon. This is the Challengers tournament. That's a lot of nailgun damage, actually. 80 nailgun damage coming out of Dooi from quite a distance. And thank you, Mr. Anonymous Gifter. Welcome back, dude. 77 subscribers, guys. Unbelievable. Nice rail from Dooi, just dropping right down and landing the shot. yen0m was railable for some time there, but has the Mega to stack himself right back up. Missing armor, though. And Dewey's got plenty of that to work with. It's gonna hear the drop down. Both players slow playing this a little bit. 47 damage. Okay, Dewey's gonna be happy with that. Gives him a lot of information, but damn, instantly the rail just punished him. It looks like both players are going to take the opposite major from last time around. I'll talk about it in a moment, Fortesk. Oh, the Brook. Thank you for gifting Rafa a sub. Has the most desirable emote on Twitch, which is of course the one of my dog. Nice jump right there. Carnage, if you're still watching, that's some of the things that you can get out of Doom on this map. No, that's not true, Aperture. That's not true. Ah, and there we go. yen0m gets frag number 1. Dooi kind of caught out in a bad position. Has Mega to fall back on though. Hey, Squeezy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've just got follow killer on essentially, and I switch sometimes when I feel like one is more interesting. I switch to that one, but that's an excellent rocket, and another one to follow up on it. Yep, once you hit that first one and you just completely kill the momentum on the bounce pad, landing the next one can be very doable. And there we go, Dooi tying it right back up, and he's gonna find yen0m up the spawn. He's gonna chase him down with the LG. yen0m popping the berserk, and he's actually gonna make a little interesting juke right there. Take some unnecessary LG damage, but there we go. Dooi is going to chase him down and land the LG to finish off the frag. It's not Meow, it's not. yen0m right now fighting for his life is railable. It's got very, very little to work with, but does manage to put out some damage. Keep Dooi at bay. Here we go. Dooi is going to push in, and Dooi is taking such good control of the major items. 10 for Dooi, 6 for yen0m, and Dooi is even doing more damage. So he's putting out the damage, and he's got the better item control. And that's so difficult to break when you are yen0m. Yep, another 2 excellent rockets. Looking for the spawn frag, gonna get 1 rail. Yep, good use of the piercing sight, catching yen0m instantly, but yen0m at least should have the ability to get Mega right now, but he's not going to. He's not confident that Dooi isn't just gonna rush right over there. Nice string of LG coming out of yen0m though. This is a pretty decent push. 18 HP. 18 HP. I think that if he hadn't had Tribal out still, like when Dooi came up, he probably would have won that one. But now Dooi though, he's gotta run. It's on the back foot. yen0m might be able to switch this into some seriously solid control. He took heavy, he took Mega. And there's 4 minutes on the clock, so he still has plenty of time for those 4 frags. Entirely doable. Oh, but then you gotta stop taking rockets like that. That's a setback. Dooi switching to a much more passive playstyle about now. Getting a good drop on yen0m. No, yen0m will fall once again. And the double rail off the spawn. Can he find it once again? Nope. yen0m spawns too much to the right. Oh my, this is dire. yen0m's gotta have to pull something amazing out of his wizard hat if he wants to still make this one work. So we're gonna switch to his point of view and see what he can do. Yeah, Dooi, we've seen a lot of slowdowns coming out of Dooi today. When he's in the lead and he loses control, he's very quick to just slow it down. yen0m with 4 HP. If he had lost that one, it would have been GG, but he still has a chance. LG is actually really good. Dooi, pretty low right now. The fakie on the bounce pad, I like it. Doesn't have a rail though. Can't go for the shot through teleporter. 5 frags, 2 minutes. yen0m basically needs like non-stop damage. Like the escape from Dooi. yen0m is gonna hear that piercing sight and know that that's like 10 seconds that he can't do much. Because Dooi is just gonna avoid him perfectly. And then know his exact last position when the sight expires and run the opposite way. So that buys him a lot of time. This could be good for yen0m though. But unable to finish off the fight. And now with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. There we go, yen0m catches him again. 80 seconds on the clock, 5 frags. It's tight, but it's doable. Unawoken is doable. If you can get like some of the spawn frags going, here we go. Come on, yen0m. He knows he has to push it. It's dangerous, but he has to go. There we go. 3 frags. Can he find the spawn frag? Fortunately for him, he cannot. Dooi is just gonna play the teleporter game right now. Is gonna get out. Mega will be going to yen0m. Dooi. Such a solid position to hold right there at LG. So many escape routes. Oh! yen0m is actually just gonna fly by? Ah! That seals it. And yen0m knows it. He knows it. He still had a shot if he had landed that frag, but he just kind of like rocket jumped himself too far past. Not entirely aware that his opponent was waiting around the corner. But at this point, we can safely say, ladies and gentlemen, that the one and only Dooi, formerly Maestro Dooi, will win the very first North American Challengers tournament. Excellent plays. Dooi was looking so solid all throughout the day. Didn't lose once. Quite impressive indeed. GG's to all.